starts now.
First at 10, an unprecedented espionage investigation into former President Donald Trump. The unsealed search warrant now in the hands of the public, giving us a long list of items found inside the Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. In total, FBI agent collected 20 boxes. The search warrant details 11 sets of classified documents, including one with the highest level of classification available. While it isn't confirmed what these documents contain, the Washington Post reporting FBI agents were after classified nuclear weapons documents. FBI agents also seized binders of photos, a handwritten note, the executive grant of clemency for Roger Stone, and information about the president of France. And tonight, there's extra security and fencing around the FBI office in Washington, D.C. as all this unfolds. And we're live at the FBI office here in Kansas City as well. Our team taking a closer look at the threats against the agency and the impact this could have on national security. But first, Andres Gutierrez breaks down the warrant and what comes next in the investigation.
Serving a warrant on a former U.S. president is a serious matter.
The unsealed search warrant doesn't give us a complete picture of what the government knows in this case, but there's reason to believe a crime may have occurred.
And the application has to explain why they believe that evidence will be found at this location, and also explain why the evidence would support the prosecution for a particular crime.
FBI agents removed 11 sets of classified documents from former President Donald Trump's estate, including one set that can only be viewed in a secure facility where no cell phones are allowed.
Improper possession of those can support a sentence of up to 10 years in prison. And so these are military documents, or they wouldn't have cited that section.
A violation of the Espionage Act.
You don't have to succeed in passing along secrets. You just have to create the danger by the improper handling of the documents.
The Department of Justice is also looking into obstruction of justice, a crime that carries a sentence of up to 20 years. At this point, we don't know what exactly the seized documents contain.
Sometimes the evidence that they obtain indicates that there is evidence of additional crimes that they should investigate, so that we might see more warrants. So, for example, one of the documents seized in connection with these specific crimes is the clemency file of Roger Stone. So somehow the U.S. attorney has probable cause to think these things are connected.
UMKC law professor Sean O'Brien says investigators will now review the evidence and present it to a grand jury, who will ultimately decide whether to issue an indictment.
This is unheard of for a U.S. president to be suspected of this. It's unheard of for a U.S. president to have done this.
In Kansas City, Andres Gutierrez, KSHB 41 News.